e azul, Malaka Welcome to the Malaka podcast. Computer Love, Part 16.
So, why'd you swipe me? Think I was cute? You like the stuff I wrote about myself? Come on, I was the first one that came up, and you don't really give a shit, so you just swiped, and now you just want to go pound it out and get back to your video games. You're bumming me out, Charles. You're just like, you're ruining my life. Like, could you? I wish you could just say one nice thing.
Well, I believe in honesty. I don't believe in saying fake things because that's just fake. So, yeah, I just say what I mean.
Oh, really? Well, you might want to check that attitude because that's kind of just mean.
I'm not mean.
Do you have any idea at all how to talk to a girl?
What? You're a woman. You're an adult.
Mm.
We're equals, so it should just be normal and honest.
Oh, okay. So you're just gonna have your water and then you want to just go fuck? That's it? You probably have a roommate, huh?
I have 2 roommates.
So that means I have to take it to my place. Well, if this isn't how it's gonna be, Charles, I'm sorry, you're gonna have to watch me drink for a while. And you're gonna have to talk to me. I mean, you don't have to be nice to me if you're so fucking allergic to that, but you have to talk to me.
Okay, what about?
Well, who are you? Where are you from? What are you doing in Brooklyn? What are you trying to do with your life?
I'm from Western Massachusetts. I plan on being a stand-up comedian.
Fuck.
Ladies and gentlemen, actually, you know what? Just let me not talk about gentlemen. And as you can see here, I'm really stretching out the word gentleman here. Ladies, I am so sorry. Listen, a lot of times online, this is basically the best you're going to get. We talked to a woman online for a while, and yeah, we hope we can fuck them. We really do. Listen, this is just, the truth coming out. Okay? We're not all like this. I mean, a lot of us would like a relationship, but ladies and gentlemen, I mean, this is literally part 16 I'm doing of this. So clearly the online thing is not working for me. It doesn't seem to be working for a lot of people. This is why women on OnlyFans are making millions of dollars because guys are so desperate for attention. We're willing to just pay for anything. And again, I'm not hating on you. And believe me, I'm going to do a podcast on OnlyFans hopefully in the next little while because holy shit. But the point is, this is what online dating is in a nutshell. A lot of people just want to, get their rocks off, and that's it. And believe me, and no disrespect, to just guys here. Okay, we can try to act more like gentlemen. Don't get me wrong, but women are looking for the same thing too. It works both ways, but in many ways, ladies and gentlemen, online dating is just it's a huge disaster at this point. It really is. Do not have high expectations. Do not expect to find the love of your life on here. You probably will get ghosted, because a lot of people cannot face their fears anymore and actually, say, hey, I'm not interested anymore. And remember when back in the day, you couldn't wait to tell somebody off that you weren't interested in. And now it's gone to a point where just men and women, like we just don't care anymore. either we're pussies or we just don't, all we care about is ourselves, there's more sociopaths out there, and you just, going about their own lives and doing whatever the fuck they want, and they don't care about other people's feelings. And it's very sad. It's very sad. Although on the plus side, it's led me to do my 16th episode, and I got a lot of stories to share, something I can contribute back to YouTube and, give back. And because, YouTube has provided me with endless hours of pointless clips that, I'm not going to remember the next day, but it stalls time until I die. So, ladies and gentlemen, of course, part 16 it's not going to be as good as part 1. It could be as good as part 8 or 11. Who knows? You guys be the judge. But the point is, I wanted to play this clip. And keep in mind, this clip is from years ago from a show called Horace and Pete, done by Louis C.K. Now, I know, okay, he did some shit in the past. I get it. Okay, Woody Allen is still working. Let's just keep that in mind. And I think that's way more disturbing. But the point is, it's a great show. If you ever have the chance, check it out. The cast is just phenomenal. This is just one of many, bits they do. I shouldn't call it a bit, obviously, but I mean, the whole point is, like it's an old school bar, and don't expect any stupid Geno beats or nothing like that. It's old school as it gets, and I've always been more of a bar person than a club person. I work security. I work at a bar club. It doesn't matter. Whatever, if the check clears, it's cool. But it really is a great show. Again, Horace and Pete. I'm sure you can find it online. But the point is, check it out. Louis C.K. is still a funny motherfucker. Very talented. And this really represents what is going on in the dating world today. And it's sad. But again, it really is just a source of entertainment. It's a way of just filling in the void that is life. Even after COVID, people still don't feel like going out and doing things, and or even going out to get laid. Even before this, so we wanted to set things up and bypass the time. And a lot of people don't even make phone calls anymore to people. They just talk online. They don't even know who they're going to meet, if they're going to meet the right person. If the person is just a bot or just fake profile asking for money overseas, so they can magically go to the University of Arizona and study communications. We don't know. We have no idea. But this is how lazy and stupid and just basically pointless online dating has gotten. So, of course, with every episode, I always provide a good little story here, or many stories, of course, and that's it. I basically give up at this point when it comes to online dating. I really do. I see it just more as a, source of entertainment, and that's it. What can I tell you? Who knows? Maybe you'll find true love. Maybe you'll trip over a gold brick and my face will, fall into some punani. What is punani? We're going to get to that later. But the point is, ladies and gentlemen, I got some stories for you. Some are good. Some are okay. I think 2 of them are pretty decent. One of them is going to have an actual, sound. I'll explain that later. It's, stepfathers are not doing their job. That's all I'm going to say. But the point is, I always enjoy a good story, even a good love story, or even a decent story. So let's begin. Ladies and gentlemen, you ever come across a profile and, you can see it's, ladies, I don't know if you've ever been through this. I'm only speaking from a guy's perspective here. But guys, if you see, a good-looking woman and you're like, okay, she seems really cool. She's got the, the fedora hat and some kind of, jewel that, I don't know, might have been cool in 1993. The tattoos. Obviously dyed red hair. The point is, who cares? You just, like in your mind, you're like, okay, maybe this person likes me. Let's just see what happens. But there's this vibe right away. You look at the picture. I don't know if it's just me, but you can tell it's already not going to work. But hey, let's just do it for the story. Let's just find out what this person is about. You know, you can tell they're a little angry. You know, not as angry as you maybe, but you know, it's up there. You know, again, the red hair. You know, it's red means a lot of usually evil things. But again, I'm you know, it's like that guy said in Sopranos, you know, when you're Italian, you know, you see an Irish girl, you bow down to the freckles. So, hey, just go for it. But it says in her profile here, it says, "Hi there, and welcome to the friendly reminder that sometimes I am a hot girl." Okay, so you can already see, you know, where her self-esteem is. I am only a freelance hot girl because I like to make my own hours and I can't commit to a full-time hot girl schedule. Now, I don't know what a hot girl schedule is. I don't know if this is like she's just saying she's a powerful woman. I don't know if she's on OnlyFans and she's, you know, figuring out her hooker schedule. I have no idea. But just please enjoy that sometimes I'm hot. I'm a cranky, fat, intersectional feminist, and you probably won't like me. Okay, so listen, we get it. You know, the hesitation. You know, I don't know about you guys, but I already sensed some anger here with her. But you know, maybe you don't want to give it all away, the anger right away. And I get it. You can tell already she's been through a lot of shit. Okay, she's a feminist. And listen, I'm one of these people. You want to be whatever you want in life. I don't give a shit. Just don't push it onto me. You know, if you want to be a feminist, go for it. You know, I get it. Like, as men, we've pissed off women so much. I called it years ago that they're the new players. Okay, it took women a while to figure that out, that you don't need a guy. I mean, we as guys, guys, let's just be honest. Okay, I don't mean to ruin it for everybody here, but guys need women way more than women need guys. It's blatantly obvious. Okay, once again, I go to OnlyFans. It's and again, I'm not saying that every woman should, your worst case scenario, you should go to OnlyFans and make money. If that's not your thing, that's not your thing. I get it. Sometimes the stepfather actually, ironically steps up. But, all I'm saying is don't be so angry right up front. Okay, let's ease into the anger. Okay, that's all I'm saying. That's all. I mean, do I let women know I'm an asshole right away? No, of course not. Like as a guy, it's our job to let a woman know that we're an asshole, let's say maybe a month or two into it. Once you get to learn our habits and then accept us for who we are, then, we'll love you forever. But until then, don't give it all away, especially in text. You can't, I've learned in the past, you don't put shit in writing. I talk about that more in my Coca-Cola past there, but it's a great podcast I did. Boy, those archives are just hilarious. But the point is, just ease us into it. That's all. And then she puts pronouns: she, her, they, them. I don't know why she did that. I have no idea. Then it says cis, pan, poly, Rubenesque, independently owned and operated. I mean, is she describing herself? Is she describing robots that guys are going to want to fuck in the future? Because that's pretty much where we're heading, right? I mean, with AI, and I mean, if you think guys didn't like leaving the house before to get laid, I mean, like once, what was that movie with Arnold? The Eraser? No, it wasn't Erased. No. Eraser. No, the sixth. No, that was The Sixth Day. Yeah, I remember when Michael Rappaport's character had like a digital woman. And listen, once we get that, we're not, forget it. We're not going to leave the couch. But yeah, who knows? If you are remotely misogynistic, racist, queer-phobic, or just a straight-up asshole. For some reason, she put dollar signs instead of S's. I mean, look, I consider myself kind of an asshole, and I'm broke, so don't bother. Only non-smokers need apply. I am an ex-smoker, and I plan to keep it that way. All right. Well, okay, so she puts it all out there. So you can tell already, someone, like, you can just feel the vibe. Like, this is, like, again, the frustration that people deal with online. And, I don't know this woman's past. I don't know what's going on, I mean, but again, it's just me, but it seems like she's been through some shit. And she's just putting it out there, just saying, fuck it, this is who I am. If you don't accept me, go fuck yourself, which is cool. I get it. I respect that. It's all good. It's all good, And of course, I told her about my podcast because, like I said, I'm broke and I got nothing else going for me to, help me, with women. I'm just being honest, guys. At this point, I'm in my 40s. I believe me, once you hit your 40s, you just stop giving a shit. Trust me. And I'm like, check out the podcast. And the very first podcast I did was #MeToo, #NotMe. And I was trying to give the whole, thing on like what's going on with the whole #MeToo movement and, just trying to give a perspective from a guy's perspective, girls and all that and whatever, I might have said some, shit about James Franco there. And at the time, I'll be honest with you. I don't think it aged well. But, again, I didn't have a lot of the details and I'm half Italian and you want to give your people some credit and then you find out, The point is, she puts, I just checked out your first podcast and it started off pretty good. But then your misogyny came out and we aren't going to jive, unfortunately. Okay, so first off, I haven't heard the word jive since I watched the movie Shaft. Second, I don't think I was misogynistic in that, so I'm kind of defending myself here. But I know she didn't even give me a chance to respond. So, and she said, and it says here, ended the chat, and you will not be able to message her for a period of time. Okay, so I don't know, is it a day or a month? I can't, find out that we're both fucking crazy and it's clearly not going to work. I mean, who knows? But the point is, a lot of people just don't like to bullshit. And I kind of respect this. I'm not going to lie to you. I mean, chances are we weren't going to work out anyway. I feel like she might have been a vegetarian too, so it's definitely not going to work, being half Greek, half Italian. But the point is, ladies and gentlemen, sometimes you go online and you think you talk to a woman who is okay and you read it and you still don't care because you're a guy. I mean, this is the big difference between men and women. Women see something crazy, they're out right away. Like, again, she didn't even give me a chance to respond, which is kind of unfair. I mean, you can't, just say, gone, like blocked. That's a coward move, let's be honest. And two, we don't give a shit. Like, we really don't. Guys, we're in there for the long haul, man. If we get a sense of, we might get laid or whatever, but that's the young mentality. Me, I don't care anymore. I'm being honest with you. I do not give a shit. I don't care. At this point in my life, even as of right now, I'm about to turn 42 and food is way more important than me than pussy. It really is. I mean, in many ways it always has been, but at the same time, I just don't care anymore. So, if someone is not interested in me and we don't have a good conversation and, she doesn't let me wear kick-ass hats, then you know what? It's not going to work. It's not going to work. I'm bald. I'm going to freeze in these Canadian winters. I need some protection. But the point is, sometimes it's that simple online. If someone or some people are just not going to connect. Single and approaching 40. Yeah, I'm good. Thank you. Do I hear 50 and happy? With the way this podcast is going. Anyways, so again, I've mentioned this before, and before I get into some very intense stories that may or may not involve a farm shooting, um, one profile here, okay, and again, the way you present yourself online, we got to start doing a better job here. So there's one profile I saw, and again, surprise, surprise, there's no pictures, except for one. I mean, there's one picture, and it shows Chucky just in bed, and it seems to be the new Chucky. I mean, the new series is okay. I mean, I prefer the movies, but actually, the series is not bad. I mean, certain episodes, whatever, but Jennifer Tilly, it's I'm a guy, and Sam Simon. I mean, is it worth giving up a lot of that Simpsons money? No. But the point is, she just has that picture, and it's extremely creepy. It shows Chucky in bed, like underneath the covers. He's got at least one butcher knife in there. And of course Chucky's a redhead, and we all know redheads. And it's it, it's extremely disconcerting, and she left the caption on here saying, "Me watching him sleep, cause I'm about to go through that phone." Okay. Well, two things. One, you never go through a person's phone. Okay, never. I'll admit, one time I didn't go through her phone. What happened was I wanted to know the time, and a lot of people are going, "Yeah, yeah, sure, sure," and I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, fuck off." But I just wanted to know the time. I quickly go on the thing, looked at her thing, and I saw the time. That's it. And don't go through someone's phone. It's bullshit. Okay. Like, remember Trapper Keepers? This is how old I am. Yeah, you don't go through someone's diary. It's the same concept. Anyways, and two, it's very disturbing. I mean, I can't get over this. I clearly this person is not psychologically fully impaired. That's going not going through normal motions. What I'm trying to say here, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, this person might kill you in your sleep. You don't know. I mentioned before, I once had a woman, I'm pretty sure she was implying for me to kill her ex-husband. And yes, she was American. Yes, it was a woman I met online. And, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Big titties come with a price. But the point is, it's just wrong, man. And then it says here, my must do thing in the near future. Send me a message. I can't see the likes. Thanks. Okay, well, please and thank you do go a long way. But, if you end up killing your lover, it's not good. The point is, ladies and gentlemen, put a decent picture of yourself, okay? And not something, from, 2010, a recent picture, please, for fuck's sakes. And yeah, that's happened to me too. Like, women have put up pictures from like 10 years ago. It's like, dude, like, it's cool. I get it. Maybe you thought of yourself as hotter 10 years ago. Maybe a lot of us would agree with you. Again, I am, no Bradley Cooper, but at the same time, this is who I am. This is what I look like. I look like if Kevin James, Vince Vaughn, and Jack Black and Curly from the Three Stooges had a kid. Okay, it is what it is. Whatever, man. But also, another profile here, a picture of a woman. I'm assuming, it's a woman. 2024. You have no idea anymore. But both pictures, well, there's a few of them. I think one of them, her head is cut off here. I can't see it. In the background, she didn't bother to make her bed. I mean, Jesus, like it takes like what, a minute? Fuck. Anyways, this one, she's wearing a really nice dress, but rubbed out her face with some, blue ink, whatever. And I don't see the purpose of this, guys. Just show your face, man. I want to know who I'm talking to. Okay, I don't think it's that big of a deal. Do you? Am I asking for too much here? Another one wearing a nice dress. It's good to see, she has a kitchen, but I'd like to see her face. I'm assuming her favorite color is blue at this point because that's the ink she's using, but I don't see the big deal with this. I really don't. And then actually, I totally forgot about this. I keep scrolling up, and unless she dyed her hair or got a haircut, or I don't know, maybe like it's a 2-for-1 package deal. It's not even the same person. And there's another person on here, like I said, completely different, sitting on the bed. And for some reason, she has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cups of coffee. Ha ha ha. I miss. I was never a Barney person. Sesame Street for me all the way. The point is, why do you have so many cups of coffee on your bed? I'm assuming this is like a hotel room. You're kind of being trendy, I guess. But again, it looks totally different. She doesn't look as tanned. She has blonde hair. It's long. What are we supposed to get from this? I don't get it. And beside her age, which it says 21, I think it's very questionable. I don't know which one of these girls is 21. Who knows? But it's some kind of, again, I don't know. It could be an Indian symbol. And none of these girls do look Indian, by the way. I mean, they're whiter than I am. I don't know. It looks like a G, and then if the the circle part of the G continued into like a line next to it, and it looks like a capital L if you flipped it, the left way, and it's connected. And who gives a shit? The point is, show a picture who you are. Again, all these scams going around, it is just fucking crazy. Nobody seems to give a shit. And I'm sure this is just a scammer trying to lure someone in their thirst trap. Thank you. I try to be trendy. And just scam them away. That's it. It is just insane. You have no idea who the fuck you're talking to anymore. You don't even know if you're getting a decent phone number. I remember one time I was talking to someone, and I was like, all right, I'm old school. I like to talk to the person actually on the phone. Again, it seemed kind of weird, but I was like, whatever. It's another classic story for the podcast. So I called the number, and I got this.
Hi, the person you've reached is using a screening service from Google and will get a transcript of this call. Go ahead and say your name and why you're calling.
Hi, my name is Michael. I'm looking for what's it called? You would see more often in the 90s. Reality. I was wondering if I can actually talk to a human being who is actually, interested in, a decent looking fellow. I mean, if she's a bit of a chubby chaser, I'll accept that. That's fine. She's looking for a guy who doesn't necessarily have to have hair. I think I like to think I pull off the Mr. Clean look pretty well. But the point is, I would like someone who is real. So if you could help me out there, that'd be great. The whole purpose of meeting someone is, to find someone genuine and who also has a heartbeat. If she happens to have a fat ass and big tits, I'm willing to accept that. But the point is, if you could actually be a human, that would be greatly appreciated. Thank you so much, and have a lovely day.
Man, you are one pathetic loser.
And ladies and gentlemen, let's be honest, that's basically what you feel like after this. I mean, you are just fishing for something that is not there. Hence the whole term of catfishing. Now, for those of you who don't know what catfishing is, it's when you go online pretending you're someone else completely different, because once again, I got to bring in the stepfathers or stepmother. You don't know. I mean, I mean, they could be working together to ruin your life. Who knows? They pretend they're someone else because they are ashamed of who they are, and they got to pretend to be someone else to talk to someone, and possibly date them. And they could be lying about where they're from, and this could go on for years. There's tons of stories out there, tons, and it's. Again, I know, ladies and gentlemen, this has been happening for years. I know that, but still, it's still sad. Like, this is almost like the norm at this point. It's not like we're trying to improve the situation here. This is normal. Like, chances are in your life, you do the online thing, men, women, doesn't matter. You will get catfished. You might get scammed or, be approached for a scam. Something bad will happen, But sometimes, ladies and gentlemen, you might have to deal with something else that is actually reality, which may not be reality, but it very well could be. The point is, I met this one woman, okay? I didn't actually meet her. When I say that, again, see, I gotta be more specific. When I say I met her, I talked to her online, and thank God nothing else happened. Basically, what happened was I talked to her for a little while, and she got out of a bad situation. Bad divorce. This guy just kept bothering her, like phone calls like crazy. Got to a point where she had to call the cops on this guy, get a restraining order, and it's just the whole thing. I mean, she told me that she worked on a farm. Okay, so yeah, already, yeah, I know what we're all thinking here. It wasn't a grow up, no. But, in all seriousness, maybe she worked on a farm. Who knows? It's Canada. There's lots of farms out here. Not so much in Toronto, maybe Saskatoon, whatever. But the point is, she got a good job where she was working on a farm, worked with horses, got an insane salary. She told me she made like $80 an hour or something. I don't know if that's true, to clean horses, take care of horses, I guess. I don't know. I'm in the wrong fucking business. But the point is, listen, some people take care of horses. Some people have, horse cocks and, do, OnlyFans. The point is, ladies and gentlemen, she seemed like she had a pretty good situation, with herself in life. But this guy just kept fucking it up. Okay. And she's talking to me. She has some, I think it was like a French accent or something, And I always say French women and British women always have the nicest faces. I feel I'm one of these people, though. I can't. It's going to sound really bad. I'm just being honest. I don't think I can ever date somebody with an accent because, my comedic mentality, I will eventually make fun of you. I mentioned this in the past. Someone online, shocker. She had some kind of Yugoslavian accent. I don't know, whatever. Who knows? And we got into a fight, and I'll admit I got pissed off, and this is when I was younger, so don't judge me. I'm sure you will because you're an asshole on the internet. She's saying some shit to me, and and I go, my English is not so good, and she goes, fuck you, and I go, no, fuck you, and from there it kind of went downhill, and so I don't know. It's kind of like when Uncle Phil, on the Fresh Prince, that show at that, jerk off. I can't believe they're making another Bad Boys. I mean, I love Martin Lawrence. Don't get me wrong. I wish all the best for him. He's fucking awesome. But Will Smith, you're a jerk off. Your wife's a cunt. Your kids are crazy. I don't give a fuck if this comes back to haunt me. Go fuck yourself. All right. Where was I? Anyways. There we go. That always helps. Now, I feel. Who knows? Maybe we could have met up one day. I don't know. Whatever. That's another thing too. I mean, a lot of times, you talk to people online, you think to yourself, like, and this is, and we all think this at one point too. I think where we're gonna meet somebody, and then in our mentality, especially with guys, I don't know, because guys, I don't know, we're just fucking blinded by everything. We think magically the girl's just going to show up in our city one day and just, give us 10 blowjobs in one night. And, we got to somehow make the effort, to go halfway here. And then, deep down, we know we're not going to do that. Sometimes we do, and sometimes the woman will do it too. Like I once had a date with someone online. Literally, she drove all the way from Niagara Falls. I mean, she says that. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's true. Whatever. It was I mean, I didn't get 10 blowjobs. I only got 2, but it was good. It's what I like to call jackhammer blowjobs. Like when they go like really fast and like it's a good grip, whatever. I'll get into it more later when I do a podcast about blowjobs. The point is, okay, this guy was such an asshole. Somehow got her new number. I think at one point he still had keys to the property and actually would try to get into the house, and he had keys to her truck. That's when you work on a farm, when you own a truck. That's pretty much the staple. I mean, according to every country song that I've heard from Beyonce. I'm just kidding. Listen. I haven't listened to the album yet. Is it good? I'll be honest with you, I've never listened to a Beyonce album. I just listen to the singles. I see the one single on TikTok there. Everyone doing their whole hoedown thing. Whatever. It's cool. I mean, Willie Nelson. That guy. He's fucking awesome. The point is, I think he was trying to like get her wallet. From the truck, because she would always leave her shit. Like she always said, like she would leave her keys in the truck, and I'm like, and she would leave her truck open or unlocked, whatever. And I'm like, are you fucking crazy? Like, what the hell's wrong with you? Like, this guy's like after you, and and again, like I don't know if this is a real story or not, but I mean, like first of all, if it's not a real story and you're just making this shit up, you're a sick fuck, But you want to give the person the benefit of the doubt, but at the same time, you're like, this is like either way, this is fucking crazy. I mean, these people are going through like some crazy shit, and my God, and I think he may or may not have had a gun. She might have had a gun on the property. He was after it, and it's a whole fucking, I mean, you'd think this, she's from Texas or something, but I mean, like this is just fucking crazy, and like you're telling someone all this online, you've never met this person before, you're just, I don't know if this is like a cry for help, or I mean, she literally has like no friends there, and like she kept telling me, it's fine to leave, or I'm sorry, I forgot to do with the accent, it's fine to leave it unlocked because there's a fence there. I'm like, yeah, no one's ever jumped the fence before, like holy shit, like it was just fucking crazy, and the point is, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, well, two things. One, I never want to go to a farm again. And second, I think you got to get your shit together before, you start doing the whole online dating thing. And maybe not tell everyone this all up front. I mean, again, I guess it's the mentality where like, if you go to a new bar and you talk to a bartender, like you don't know the person, so you think they can't really judge you, but they will, because it turns out that you're pretty fucking nuts and you clearly don't look at yourself in the mirror every day, and it's just too much, man. It's too much. Too much. And here's another too much story. So I actually did meet up with this woman a few times, and she was really nice. She even brought me a nice chicken dinner one time. My God. I've said this before and I'll say it again. Ladies, if you can, bring me pleasure, both, mentally and, of course, physically. Did I just say mentally? Is that a word? I don't know. The point is, and bring food on top of that. My God, you're awesome. But at the same time, she told me a lot about her history. She told me that at the current time, she was living with this guy, an Indian guy. It's like Norma Dawn said, it doesn't matter what his what his background is. The point is, God bless you, Norma. You, Bob Saget. I can't believe you guys are dead. I'm never gonna get a Dirty Work 2. This is. We gotta put up with bullshit Roadhouse remakes. Fuck. The point is, Jake Gyllenhaal, of all fucking people, really? Okay. The point, Jesus, I'm losing track here. The point is, she told me that she lived with this guy, and again, like, didn't go out with him. I actually do believe her in this case because it seemed like there's a lot of hatred there. Maybe maybe there was one lonely night, too much booze. You know how it happens, and maybe they just hooked up one. Who knows? But the point is, I think it was one of these things where the guy was living with the girl and, wasn't going out with her, but at the same time didn't want anyone else touching her. Like kind of maybe like a father kind of thing there. He was older. They did end up working together, at one point at the same place. I think he got fired for something. I don't know. I mean, again, you fill in the blanks there. But yeah, it's just a horrible situation. It got so bad at one point that she had to go live at a shelter. And at one point, again, this is just a lot to handle for 2 dates here. Good chicken though, great chicken, but is it worth it? I mean, is it finger licking good? I mean, I didn't do any licking, but the point is, again, too much to handle, and I'm like, are you being serious? And I remember one time I called her late at night, and she said they have to take away their phones because when you live in a shelter at a certain time, they just don't allow you to have phones. It's like yeah. And I actually called the phone. I don't know, because it was past 9 o'clock or something, just to see how she is. And this guy picked up and he was all pissed off and, who's this? Who's this? Who the fuck is this? So I don't know if it was the dude guarding the shelter. I don't know if it was, the crazy Indian dude. I have no idea. I don't know. I don't know what was going on. And then she just kind of disappeared. She said she was going to move somewhere else out of town, and that's it. I mean, it just the chicken and BJ nights is gone. But hey, what are you gonna do? I wish her all the best. She was a pretty cool chick. I'm not gonna lie. Very tough, but at the same time, she went through a lot of shit. And again, I don't know if it's true. I don't know. You see, that's the problem. Like now, your mind these days with just not even just online dating, but just dating in general, you're like, are these people like kind of testing the waters? Maybe they're trying to get some shit out of you down the road. Are they? And then they see, oh, this guy, he doesn't have that much money, and not a lot of views on his podcast. He can go fuck himself. Or maybe she was genuine, maybe going through all this shit. Like you don't know. But if the people disappear and they never really get back to you, then you never fully know, right? So, whew. Fucking crazy, man. This is fucking crazy. Not as crazy as this last story, ladies and gentlemen. Again, I keep bringing up the whole stepfather thing and all that, and I'm making jokes when I say that, whatever. But again, if I truly believe, and tell me if I'm wrong here, but if a woman does not have a strong male figure in her life, and it really starts at the home, and especially, dads, you gotta step your game up, man, and take care of your daughter. And it's like Chris Rock said, keep her off the pole. And, and now if you update that shit, keep her off OnlyFans. And I don't know, but the irony is she'll go on there for a month and make more money than you ever did in probably 20 years working in a factory. And, it's just a fucking whole new world. But this girl here, okay, she... very not afraid to be herself. Let's just say that. I mean, she came out of I think it was a 10-year marriage or relationship, something like that. And, she's taking care of her kids by herself here pretty much. And her only escape is really just to go to the garage at nighttime, smoke a joint, and, completely forget that she's still in a conversation with me and just disappear for the night. And but that's her only kind of release, Speaking of releases, I mean, she, she basically, just listen. Now, ladies and gentlemen, that was not E.T. flying over Cherry Beach using a plunger, but that was actually her sending me, a not so private message of her pleasing herself. Now, keep in mind, at this point, I'm in bed. I'm about to fall asleep here. I didn't indicate any of this. I didn't want her to send me this. Like she kept saying like she doesn't like me, but then, we would be great friends, but, I piss her off, but then she likes that, kind of like a kind of mentality there, bipolar. And it just, I didn't know what to make of this, and she sent me another one. Now, once again, ladies and gentlemen, that was not Darth Vader. That was actually her again, having a great time. And again, I never met her. It didn't end well. It's pretty clear that we're, two very angry people who, will never get along. And, but on some level, I did bring her pleasure, without even meeting her. So, does that build up my confidence a bit? A little, is it a normal relationship or, even a date that we can call a date? No, but again, this is the world that we are dealing with. It is insane. I kept thinking of that one scene in Her with Joaquin Phoenix. The girl just gets off. Okay, bye. And that's it. But she stuck around for a bit. We talked for a little bit. Then she told me she went on a date with a guy 20 years older than her, and she said it didn't go well. And then weeks later, she said, I did end up going out with the guy. I didn't want to make you feel bad. And I go, why would it make me feel bad? I've never met you. I'm pretty sure your first name is not even a real name. It's something that a stripper would make up, and it just, she cared a lot. It's really weird, this online dating thing. People, it's almost like they try to condense like a 5-year relationship in like 5 days, and you think you really get to know someone, but you have no idea who they are, and you hear about these stories about people talking online for years to each other, never meeting, it's fucking crazy. Worst case, they're going to send you, themselves getting off, and, and it sounds like Invasion of the Body Snatchers, but snatch. The point is, this is not normal. Okay. It's not normal. Okay. I'm enjoying doing this podcast, and this is number 16 I'm doing. So it really gives you an idea that this will probably never stop. But again, like, it is just insane. Like, it is, like, it's fucking crazy. Like, it really is. These people think this is all normal, and it's not. You're not normal. Okay. Again, I'm not saying I'm perfect either, but like, this isn't normal, guys, and girls, it's just not right. Okay. So I don't know, call me old school. I like to meet people in person, and oh God, that doesn't even work out either. I'll tell you a little quick story, and then we'll call it a day here. I'm gonna start seeing a therapist again. The point is, I saw this woman in real life. I know, not involving, actual, computers or phones. It's fucking crazy, right? I actually talked to her actual talking in, like without a, piece of plastic in front of me. And it was pretty random too. I go on this bus, after work, and then she comes on, good looking woman. She says, "Is this seat taken?" And I go, like in my head, I'm thinking, like, is this like, 1956? Like, what like who says that? Just sit down. I say, "Yeah, sure, sit down." So she sits down. I know she's drinking something. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm no, stranger to booze. Okay, I don't drink as much anymore. It's just, I don't know. It's not my thing. Weed is legal in Canada, so that's just, it's just great. But the point is, when someone is holding a Gatorade bottle and the color is, I don't know, it kind of looks like, like a little like gold, on the brownish, it looks like maybe an old super glue. It's not Gatorade. Okay, so she's had a couple, but she's not like sloppy, And then we just start talking, shooting the shit. She's like, "Oh, I haven't ridden the bus in a while," and I'm actually making her sound way older than she is, but I think she's just a few years older than me. And again, I did my research because I'm a good security guard. Went on Facebook just to check out whatever was going on there, and yeah, she, everything seemed legit, but we swapped numbers there, whenever, and yeah, I had a good little thing. But then all of a sudden she, I don't know, went kind of distant. And again, telling me a story how, very similar to the one girl there, this ex kept bothering her. There's always an ex like that just won't stop. It's always a fucking Lifetime movie, and I think a lot of Lifetime movies involved farms too, right? I don't know. I don't know, something to do up north, and whatever with with the cows. And the point is, she kind of disappeared too, and but again, don't think this is only just an online thing. It's real life as well. This happens to everybody. So I don't know, what am I trying to say in all this mess here? I basically just, ladies, gentlemen, everybody, be careful out there. I know with the online thing, it's almost like a cheat code when it comes to dating, okay? And now it's just the new norm, okay? We all know that, Was it 1 out of 3 people meet online, become, or relationships are formed from that, whatever. But, just be careful out there, that's all. Really do your research on the person, find out, they are who they say they are, really get to know someone. You get older, you realize it's not all about sex. It really isn't. Honestly, it's just, it's about getting to know someone really nice and cool, and, see if you guys click. That's it, literally. But that's what we're doing. We're clicking online, swiping all over the place, and I don't know. We're just hoping for a big lottery win here. But again, just be careful out there. Have some fun at the same time. But I mean, I'm kind of sick of this online dating thing. I'm not gonna lie. Am I gonna stop doing it? Am I gonna keep doing it? Are people gonna keep going crazy? Oh, fuck! I forgot the one story there about the. Oh shit! I totally forgot. Wait, one more story. Okay. Because I don't know, the way things are going, I mean, this might be the last one here, because I've had enough of this shit. So I saw this woman a long time ago for a bit, not a long while, Let's be honest. I mean, in many ways, she was an old grinder. And what I mean by that is, an older woman, she was maybe in her 50s, whatever. Listen. She came across a couple of bad relationships, but she held her own. She's got a good job. She works actually a few jobs, doing certain things, and nothing bad. Don't worry, nothing. Like, I'm not implying nothing bad. Like, actually, both very legit, very both respectable things. And yeah, she did good living. She has a good place, good lover, good everything, really. Just, but you could tell, like, the mentality wasn't there, in the sense that I think she's one of these people that's been so burned by guys. I think, and again, listen, I'm nothing special, but at the same time, like, I could be Prince Charming. I don't think she'd be happy with that guy. I think she'd always, she seems like always looking for an excuse to be alone, if you know what I mean. And I think she would always reminisce on what she looked like before. And I kept telling her, look, you look great the way you are, but she wouldn't accept that. And maybe, she looks in the mirror, she sees somebody different, both mentally, physically, and all that. And I got a feeling it's one of these people that would just, I think she's meant to be alone. I really do think that. And again, I'm not judging that, but I think she keeps saying she wants to be with someone, but she won't be. But, and then at one point, like actually a lot of times she would just say, oh, I don't think we're meant to be, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, yeah. And then finally she said it, and she finally just disappeared. I mean, who knows? Maybe it was something else going on there, whatever. But, could she make a good lasagna? Absolutely. And again, that's all I need. I'm a simple guy. I mean, fuck the diamond ring, okay? I need a diamond crusted lasagna. All right, that's it. That's all I need. Okay, a good corner piece goes a long way. The point is, ladies and gentlemen, if that's your thing, that's your thing. Cool, but don't treat the person that you're seeing. Let them know what's going on in your world. Don't be closed off and everything. And like again, I think she lived this life where she was more desired by guys, and it kind of just faded, and she kind of keeps to herself now. And I was just looking around her place just before I left, and I see some pictures, and I made a joke. I said, who's this with you, your friends, and Russell Peters? And for those of you who don't know who Russell Peters is, he's a very funny comedian, probably one of the top comics out there still to this day. I mean, I heard a thing years ago that he still makes I think give or take 20 mil a year. And I mean, the guy's awesome. I mean, I don't know if you guys ever saw that clip of him where he's in a jewelry store and he actually helped stop a robber. I mean, I don't know. I think he can box. He's a DJ too. I mean, the guy's a really, skilled dude. And the word punani is to this day still a very cool word. Here's Russell to explain.
My dad thought punani was a tropical fruit. It is, if you think about it. For the older white folks that look confused right now, punani is the Jamaican word for a woman's. You know what I'm saying? For her pum pum. My dad thought it was a tropical fruit. One time when I was a kid, I was sick and I was messing around with my dad. He came over and goes, "Oh my God, son, you're sick. What can I get you?" I go, "Dad, I love punani." My dad went to the Jamaican store. "Hey lady, where's your punani?" "My son is at home sick. He needs punani right now. Give me two." "Is it right? Let me feed it." No seeds.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is one of the best stand-ups I've ever seen. It's called Russell Peters, 2 Concerts, 1 Ticket, Comedy Now. It was a show that they had in Canada years ago in the 90s. He's been killing it ever since. But Punani, I mean, it's... I mentioned this before in my Steven Seagal brilliant podcast. Steven Seagal has a song out there where he says the word punani not once but twice. Yes, on top of all the bullshit this guy has done and did probably one of the worst jobs on Saturday Night Live ever, he did actually say that twice in one song. But the point is, ladies and gentlemen, I made this brilliant observation about the picture I saw. And I said, who's you guys and Russell Peters here? Just making a joke. It was so like an Indian guy, but he really did look a lot like. I don't want to hear any shit about this, eh? Like he actually did look a lot like Russell Peters. Okay, it's not like when a white guy sees a black guy and we keep confusing Samuel Jackson for Lawrence Fishburne. Okay, I know the difference. The other Malaka didn't. But the point is. She said right after, we were out with his brother. We had a really good time. And I go, what? They go, well, the picture you're talking about, right? I go, yeah. Look, I was just making a joke about, Russell Peters there. So like, are you saying that's Russell Peters' brother? And she goes, yeah. That's his brother. Yeah. I'm like, really? Holy fuck. So, and I'm looking at it. I'm like I said before, it looked a lot like Russell Peters, so much that it was actually Russell Peters' brother. But she didn't go out with him. Apparently, her sister did, or friend, or I don't know. The relationship didn't last that long. I didn't invest that much time in it. That's probably why she didn't like me. The point is, she would tell me that they would hang out a lot, and all of them, and they'd go to like these clubs in Toronto, and like after hours can get pretty crazy. Now, for those of you, again, I'm not going to give away locations in Toronto about after hours, but there is still a few left, okay? I'll just put it to you like this. If you're in Toronto and if you got a craving for Chinese food, okay, in that area, I mean, there could be somewhere there that could help you. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. Palm trees. The point is, okay, they would go to these like after hour clubs, and she was so blown away by that, like she's like, oh my God, you get to go to a club after a club, and, you'd go there, and, there'd be dancers there, and, we'd stay up till 4 or 5 in the morning, and woo, party, all this bullshit. And, so that was just a fucking guess I said. And yeah, it ended up being true. And I did go out for a while. It didn't work out, I don't think, whatever. But she still has the picture up there. So again, ladies and gentlemen, I do this podcast because I like to entertain people. Okay, you never know what stories you're going to come up with. Or I shouldn't say come up with. By the way, I want to say everything I say on this podcast is true. Okay, I never make up a story. Believe me, if I was gonna, make up a story, it would be way fucking better than this. And sometimes you come across some interesting people, and in the end, with online dating, sometimes you meet some cool people, sometimes you don't. But all I'm gonna say is this: just be careful what's out there, and you never know who you're going to come across. You could come across a famous comedian's brother. You could come across, Jeffrey Dahmer that's infatuated with. You see how I can't read? See, if I actually made up stories, I would actually have a dictation in front of me. Fucking crazy people who like to go to farms, okay, and harass people, okay. I mean, I like milk too, but Jesus. Point is, just be careful out there. I'd like to say that this is going to be the last one I do, but I don't know. I just keep thinking of all these stories, that have been building up in my head, and you get older and you lose your memory. So I'm just trying to get all this shit out before it flushes out with all this beautiful weed that we have legalized in Canada. The point is, ladies and gentlemen, and I do say that a lot, but just be careful out there. Have some fun, and you know what? It is online. It is a cheat code, like I said, but that doesn't mean you got to rush through it. Take your time, okay? Get to know somebody. Talk to them on the phone. Find out what they're about. Actually meet them. Don't, have this made-up relationship in your head. I could have sworn I was at the bus stop the other day, and I heard like 2 girls talking, younger girls, and like one of them said like, oh, like, how's your virtual boyfriend? Like, is that going to last long? Or like, again, I don't know if they're talking about a video game. Maybe they're talking about that, or maybe this is like real. Maybe this is like, and at that age, you're like, dude, like, go out and fucking meet people. Again, be careful, but I don't know. I mean, unless computers actually have vaginas, I mean, and even then you gotta. I mean, listen. In the future, they're gonna invent this shit, and guys' dicks are gonna be blowing off, and I mean, they're gonna be becoming women for completely different reasons. But the point is, go out there and have some fun, man. I mean, oh, Jesus fucking Christ. I just realized it's actually Easter Sunday, and I just said that, so sorry, God. But I mean, you're up there, buddy, and I'm dealing with this shit down here, so I don't know. I like to think we're pretty, we're kind of equal. I mean, we're not, but I don't know. Just go with it, will you? I'm one of your children. Just, I don't know. You're gonna forgive me anyway. Again, go out there, have some fun, be careful, have a real relationship with a real human being with a real heartbeat. Okay? And until then, ladies and gentlemen, okay, this has been another brilliant episode of Computer Love, Part 16.
Are you a sex robot?
Certainly I am a robot, and I am capable of having sex. But to call me a sex robot is like calling a computer a calculator. Sex comprises only a small portion of my capabilities. Limiting me to sexual function is like using your car to listen to the radio.
She's deep.